Josh, we saw you top 6. What was the process of getting down to those 6 schools? How tough was it?
Man, I mean, it was tough really cutting people out. It wasn't really tough putting them in, you know. Cutting like schools like Texas and I mean even smart schools like Cal and ASU, you know, because I have good relationships with McClure and Kavanaugh. But man, it really just stands out the most to me. And I mean, whoever I feel like I can have a relationship with in the long run, you know, and I'm still looking at the schooling part about it too, you know, and I feel like I have a lot of solid schools, but, you know, with a good mix of both also. So I mean, yeah, I really just look at how good the school is with the mix of football and, I mean, what they are historically, you know, and their background, you know, so. I think I made solid picks.
So what's your approach to the rest of the process? I've heard that you may take your time with this.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking my time, and I mean, I might wait and take some trips later on in March and make my decision then because I mean, all this month is pretty much packed up with bowl games and stuff, so I won't have any time except for the last weekend to take any officials. So that's how that's gonna go down.
So you don't expect to sign in February at all?
No.
Okay. Do you know where you're going to take your officials to? You have six finalists and 5 officials.
Yeah, I'm not saying I already took the one to Michigan. Probably Miami for sure. AC for sure. Yeah. Why UCLA? You on that? And I already took my Michigan, so my next probably UW, probably UW and Oregon, honestly.
Okay.
So, or Oklahoma. I don't know. UW and Oklahoma are those the one that's kind of like up in the air right now for me. So.
I know there was some thought early in your recruitment that geography was important and maybe staying regionally was a factor for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, staying on the West Coast would make it easier for just my family, really. But I mean, they don't. As I know, like as they've told me, like they don't really care where I go. They're gonna be there regardless, and I'm blessed with that. You know, I'm blessed with loving, caring parents that you know will be there for me no matter what. So, I mean, distance isn't really a factor for me anymore. I'm willing to go anywhere as long as it fits me. So.
Well, let me ask you about USC. Obviously, just had a whole coaching change. You had been to campus a couple times this fall, over the summer, right? So you already liked them. How much did the coaching change affect things one way or the other?
I mean, I think Coach Riley was a great hire for them. Probably one of the better hires in the country. So I feel like he'll change the game down there, especially with the way that he recruits. So, but I mean, with the O-line change, it was a little hard for me at first. But meeting Coach Henson, I mean, he's a really cool dude and he puts out a lot of guys, and he's definitely someone I can learn from. You know, so. I feel like I can build a good relationship with them.
It was notable that you were still interested in them even when they were going through their struggles and the uncertainty. What appealed to you so much about USC even then?
What you say?
What appealed to you so much about USC even during that whole stretch?
The fact that their recruiting staff has been around the whole time. You know, even when I was a young dog, that was still on the come up. Like they were still around. Even though Coach Lenny's not there no more, that was a dude that he hit me up every day. Coach Vianney every day hit me. Those are like my OGs now. You know, so it's not really about the football. You know, it's about the family. Those are like my family. Every time I'm down there, that's who I'm with. You know, so.
So Vianney still being there is important to you?
For sure.
Did it hurt that Lenny left?
Yeah, it definitely did because that's who really like introduced me to everybody. You know, he introduced me to Coach Helton. He introduced me to Vianney. You know, so yeah, it definitely did take a hit. So.
But with Coach Henson, what was his message to you? What was the vibe you got from him?
I mean, I think that he's a really good coach. And I mean, even watching his line last year at A&M, he's a very fundamental guy. And I mean, his message to me was, I mean, that he needs tackles, you know. So, and I feel like I can go in and play in his system automatically, you know. So.
With Oregon, obviously another coaching change there. How have things changed with them since the whole changeover?
I'm gonna say things definitely fell off. For sure, but when I had talked to Coach Clem, I mean, me and Coach Clem, we clicked immediately. In my opinion, I mean, I feel like that was a great conversation. Probably one of the coolest coaches I've met off of one phone call. You know, I think he's doing good stuff, and I mean he's coming from the NFL, so I mean he's been doing something, you know. So I mean, he's gonna get it done, no matter if I'm there or not. So.
What did that one phone call do? I mean, how did he get your respect that quickly?
Just the way that he connects with me on a more personal level, and I mean just like our whole background, you know, we just click a little different.
What's the biggest thing you like about that program, even after the coaching change?
Even after the coaching change, I mean the fact that they play aggressive ball, you know, and that's kind of been like their thing the past like 5 years, and I mean that's what I like to do. So.
But it did hurt to lose Coach Cristobal, who's no line guy, and
for sure. I'm gonna say for how much they emphasized their old linemen. I mean, yeah, it hurt, but I mean to see Coach Lennon, I mean, have a shutdown defense. You know, Coach Clem working with the Pittsburgh Steelers as an offensive line coach. I mean, that's definitely like those are two great jobs. That I mean, when they're coming together now, it's like, yeah, total domination.
How much has Coach Cristobal been pushing for you at Miami now?
I mean, he probably hit me up like every day. So, I mean, yeah, I talk to Coach Cristobal pretty frequently.
That's about as far from home as possible. Is that a real consideration for you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, that's the farthest trip, you know, take, but just how long he's been recruiting me out working. I mean, the relationship hasn't gone anywhere, no matter distance or not. So.
Well, just real quick, when I run through the other finalists, Michigan, what's the biggest thing you like about them?
I mean, Coach Moore, of course, the way that he came in, first-year line coach, and I mean, Joe Moore word off the back, you know, he had a great group of guys, and he coached them up to the best, being unranked all the way up to the top. I mean, that's saying something.
And Washington?
I think Coach DeBoer definitely saved the relationship between the homeschool. He's just a good dude, and I mean he flips programs around, and I feel like he can do that what he does. So.
And then Oklahoma was the last one?
Yeah. I mean I talk to Coach B almost every day too, you know, and I mean he's really cool. He's really cool, and I talk to Coach Venables, and I mean I feel like he's a solid dude, and I mean he was a great hire too on their end. So yeah.
Well, just last question for you. I'm not asking you to tell me, but in your head, do you kind of know which way you're leaning, or is it really totally wide open?
I'm not saying no. It's all up in the air. I gotta take my pick.
Yeah. Is it fun? Is it stressful? How do you characterize it?
It's definitely fun. You know, meeting a lot of people. You know, going different places. But it can get stressful when you're cutting people out. That's the only time it really gets stressful and hard. You know, because you just don't want to lose that relationship. But if you and the coach have that type of bond, you know, and I mean, if you guys can be straight up with each other, then I mean, it won't go nowhere.
Josh, great stuff. Thank you.
Yep.